property owners within 1,000 feet of the special exception was sent out June 23rd, and the agenda was posted on the town's website and bulletin board June 27th.
All right, join me in the pledge, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
All right, Jeremy Appel,
Here.
Dave Berg,
Here.
Stacy Bergman,
Here.
Rick Katzmark,
Here.
Gus Kecker,
Here.
Kevin Rector,
Here.
Frank Benning is absent, and Mike Dorsey.
Present. Approval of the agenda, have you guys had a chance to look at it? And if so, I'll accept motion.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, next item is our approval of minutes from our last meeting on 6/11.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second. Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Audience, do you guys, anybody have anything to say? Not now? All right. Easy. Item 6, special exception. Timothy Croft, leasee, is requesting a special exception for the display and sale of storage sheds at 1942 US Highway 8 at the parcel listed. Yeah, so if you guys remember, this guy came in, it was in June, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And wanted, here, I can pull it up on the map here, but whoops, wrong one. He was leasing from the landowner. The landowner owns both of these lots, and thought that he was, we recommended approval to the board. It went through the board. Well, then the landowner and the leasee said, hey, I kind of want to be over there. So now they want to move over 2 lots from the lot that he's at. So everything stayed the same. In your packet, I can pull it up here. So in your packet, this is the proper right next to, was it?
Arrow Marine.
Arrow Marine, I want to call it Pier. Right over here is the lot that he was on before, but he had to be behind these buildings.
I think it was one more down
Okay.
from that, but yeah.
So anyway, he kind of wants this highway frontage for line of sight for his buildings. So, and the landowner actually thought it was on this lot. And then after talking, we realized that it was the wrong lot. So basically nothing's changed, it's just moving over 2 lots.
The intended lot, then.
What's that?
It's now the intended
This
lot
is the lot
that everybody
that
thought
they
it
both
was.
agree on. Well, the leasee, the shed guy, knew that it was on this lot. He
Oh,
said,
yeah.
you know, we'll be behind these other buildings.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how they got talking, but they agreed that this would be a better spot for him.
He looked at both of them. He was concerned about getting sheds in and out of this one. The other one was easier to get in and out of, so that's why he applied for the down by the temp service first. But then when he found out that that's an easement and he couldn't have the sheds out there in front, then that's when he started looking but yes, the person he's leasing from always thought it was this lot.
Oh.
Somehow there was a miscommunication because he owns both of them, but he really did want the temp service first until he found out he couldn't have the sheds out in the easement.
Yeah, 'cause there's a little frontage road on the other one over there, and you'd have to stay on behind that frontage road.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, so we'll open the public hearing for that. I'm not so sure that too many people might comment on the public hearing. Do you have any comments? Okay. So we'll close the public hearing. You guys have anything you'd like to talk about before we make?
What happens to the other special exception?
You're going
It's
to recommend that they
voided.
send a letter to terminate it because of this is be the sale of the business or moving the business.
Moving it,
Okay,
Good
that was good to say.
Once the town issues the new one, presumably next week,
Yep.
then I would say terminate the other one.
okay.
So should I put that on that resolution, that the other one be terminated? Okay. Okay, I was gonna ask you, because the other one does say he's got, what is it, a year to enact?
Okay.
Good
So-
call.
Do a motion.
What's that?
Do we have to do a
No,
motion?
yeah, we will make motion to the board.
Do we have to include the cancel the other one?
No, the board can do that, it's
Okay,
fine.
all right.
Would that be a condition or would
I'm
that
happy
be a?
it's the same one and not another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Adam,
saying.
would that be another be further resolved, that the?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a condition, okay. So I did have pretty much the same conditions on this one that or that kind of we put. The only thing is the other one said it could not have the storage sheds any closer than the existing structure, and that was because of that setback. This one just says they can't be in the road right away, which is basically, if you see where Terry's line, yeah, right where that is, that's the road right away, and he doesn't plan to. And then now the other ones are pretty standard.
Anybody want to make a recommendation on the board?
I'll make a recommendation to the board that the new special exception for storage sheds can be approved as written in conditions.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call.
All right, so Jeremy,
Yes.
Dave,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Gus,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
Mike.
Aye.
Okay.
Item 7, it's a waiver to the 3-to-1 ratio for depth to width for the proposed lot amendments. I have the property owner there. Let me pull this one up here. Get this one back. So it's this lot here, is that correct?
It's one, yeah, so it's one of them.
And this is the other one here?
No,
Oh,
they have 4 parcels. Actually, they have 3 parcels.
They
It's
sold the ones to one girl one.
parts of 240, or 2 big chunks of 40s, and then the small to the right, there's 2 10-acre strips to the
so
right, those.
That, yeah.
this one and this one?
Yes,
Okay.
so there's 3 parcels, and we just want to reconform them to 3 different parcels. More like a farmland parcel. One of the family members wants the smaller 7-acre lot. We've already checked.
So we can consider this our public hearing, sorry.
What's that?
Yeah, we can
Consider
open
this our
it.
public hearing,
Yep.
Go ahead.
just formality.
And I need to make sure it's open.
We've already been approved for a driveway through your township for.
And that driveway's gonna come off Sunshine here?
Yes,
It's like
north,
right
south further than that, about where the white letters.
Okay.
That, next one down,
Next
right
one.
in there someplace.
Basically, just, you'll make sure you meet the 200 feet, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
just out
300
from the woods, yeah.
It's
So
300
it's
feet,
gotta be 300 feet from this one?
yes.
It just has to be 200, and they're gonna be
It's like
closer to
2.
3.
Okay,
A 60.
So it'd be this one here then.
yep.
So then if you look at the way and like I said, typically this would not come to you guys because it's 3 parcels, and in our subdivision, this would be considered a map line adjustment, or what is the correct terminology?
Lot
Anyway,
line.
lot line adjustment, so this gets signed off on, Mike, when it meets everything of our subdivision ordinance. But because it does not meet, they want the driveway to they want to actually own the driveway, so it's creating what they call as a flag lot. And because that, we don't allow that, or we don't have that in our ordinance, there's a provision in the ordinance that says anything that does not meet the subdivision ordinance for lots, they can come in and request a waiver for that 3-to-1.
And that's what it specifically doesn't meet because of the flag pole, as it
Yes.
were, doesn't meet the 3-to-1. And so the request is to waive it in this case. And the alternative is for them to have an easement. For whatever reason, they didn't want an easement, they want to own it, so that's why they're here.
Gotcha.
With an easement, the farmer could rip out the trees, they got a nice row of trees there, they could farm right up to their driveway if
It's
they wanted
they're
to.
talking about this lot here,
Well,
it's
no.
not on that.
So it is,
They're talking about.
this
four.
lot and
Leslie
this lot is
wants
gonna
her
be
driveway.
across the
She's
top
got a
now?
really long driveway.
It's in the,
It's basically
in
the
that,
farm, the
yeah.
whole farm
Yeah,
field
it's
is
right here, isn't it?
So
No,
this
this is
farm
the GI, this isn't the updated lot lines.
Okay, sorry.
it's
No,
easiest
that's
to look
okay.
at the survey.
The white one, yeah.
So which lot are you discussing for?
Well, they're moving,
Lot
so
four.
all three of
On
those are
this-
gonna be
It's
reconfigured.
lot 4.
And then, yes, so lot 4
Lot 4 is
has,
where the driveway
Yeah.
doesn't meet the 3-to-1 ratio.
yep, yep, correct. And that's the
I got
only
you.
part that doesn't meet.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
otherwise they're all the lot sizes are within our subdivision ordinance,
Correct.
Yes.
so.
Yep.
Leslie just wants her driveway.
Looks like it'll
Yep.
come in, take a right.
Wants to own it versus
Yep.
deal with an easement.
I get it.
Yeah, cause that other lot line's gonna be right in here.
So what is the reason why we don't allow these?
I think they're
Well,
fairly,
it's for smaller lots, I would say. I mean, a 36-acre lot is something different.
And it's not really that we don't allow these, they've tried to prevent over the years is this, as a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so the flagpole is just kind of an outlier, I guess.
Okay.
That happens to fall within your ordinance, and it's why the ordinance has that kind of waiver provision for
like if
kind
this
of
was coming
oddball
back
things.
and just getting this building,
Correct.
right,
Yep.
okay. Okay, that's all I got.
How many times have we like made this adjustment and made this work for someone else?
We
You
really
know how
haven't
that
had
is if you
many-
do this for someone and then.
Never.
no, and I think
This
the
is-
flags
yeah, I
are
don't know.
becoming more popular, but so we could
What's
just,
becoming more popular?
the flag lots, aren't they? Where they, or they
Everyone
see them
hates-
more often.
Everyone hates easements.
Yeah.
The county allows it now where they didn't in the past either, but.
No,
now
I think
they do,
things are
so.
changing, but we have it just, when these arise, normally they're coming in for public hearing anyway, when there's a subdivision. This one just happened to be changing lot lines, and we have already a mechanism in our ordinance to review these specially. If they become a lot, you may wanna, we get a lot of requests for them, maybe we'll wanna amend it, but
So lot 3 will always be accessed by lot 4's driveway?
No,
Or is there-
either Sunshine or 160.
Okay, are there other,
Well,
or
is
you're
there
gonna
a
make
field
one?
access out there or not
I don't
really?
know, I don't
Or
know.
there?
So they might have to get another,
They might have
A
to put
driveway
another field
permit.
drive for the
Okay.
farm.
So it's gonna be
It's not
farmed,
gonna-
not developed?
No, the smallest lot, the 7.5 acre lot is, as far
Two.
as I know, is going to a family member.
to maybe
for
be.
a future place that they wanna build a house.
Okay.
And that's what brought this whole project on, was that 7.5 acre lot.
Good.
Where's lot 1?
Lot 1 was already subdivided and it's not being changed.
Okay, so that's
So
the line
that's
on Broad.
been sold to somebody else.
Okay,
It's the 1550.
okay. Yeah,
We could have numbered them lot 1, but Carl decided to go with 2, 3, 4 instead of 1, 2, 3.
Isn't it cleaner
Everything's
that
lot-
way?
Everything's lot 1 everywhere, so.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's 3 lot 1s on this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, see,
So-
I know. That's,
Okay.
you got any more? Alright, so we'll close public hearing. You guys have any more discussion amongst yourselves? If not, does somebody wanna make a recommendation to the board?
I'll make,
Go
go ahead, Dave.
I make a recommendation for approval.
Of
3
the
to 1.
lot line, yep, you're waiving the 3-to-1 ratio and approving the lot line amendment.
That's
Is
exactly
that
what I
what you'd
was
like
gonna
to
say.
say? Okay.
Good job.
I'll second.
Alright,
Thank you.
roll call please.
All right, So Jeremy,
Yes.
Dave,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Rick,
Yep.
Gus,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
Mike.
Alright. Alright, good luck. Item 8, town zoning ordinance amendment consisting of definitions of the.
Yeah, you're good.
Yep, you're good,
You're
thank
good.
you.
Will you be able to come next?
Yes.
If that's okay?
Yep.
Yeah, and then we can even,
Okay.
Mike cited that night, so
All
we'll
right.
take it.
Thank you. Do we have changes here someplace, or do you just wanna explain to them what the changes are?
Yep, do you wanna open it up for public hearing? Did you already, I'm sorry.
No, I was looking for,
Oh,
Pieces
page,
and parts.
okay,
Page 10.
okay, thank you. So we'll open up the public hearing. It's on page 10 in your packet,
It's just a formality.
the
if you wanna
proposed
discuss
changes.
before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The
Basically,
actual changes, yeah.
so basically, the kennel definition, we had talked about last month, and it will read, kennel means the use of land with related buildings or structures for the breeding, rearing, or boarding of household pets 5 months of age and older, and we removed the, anything over 5 dogs is considered a kennel, basically. And then the next section would be in the districts. It was it was a special exception use listed in the agricultural district and the transitional district. And you'll see that we are eliminating the 1,000-foot setback from residential structures. So it'll just say kennels when located not less than 300 feet from any lot line shared with a premises devoted to residential use. And I just wanted to clarify, I think I brought this up last time, I know I did in the board. So basically, if say this person is right next to an agricultural zone, or he's right, say I want to have a kennel, and I've got fields all around me. If I can be closer than that 300 feet if it's a field. Does that make sense? So, but that's not really that big of a deal. I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that. And then the board, and then the only other thing is then we also put this same exact special exception use and the, proposed to have it in the commercial district so they can have it also in the commercial district, which they wouldn't have to meet the 300 foot unless they happen to be, the commercial uses. You don't have to have the 300 feet because it doesn't say, it says for residential, unless it happens to be one of the, people living, there's only a few in the commercial
Live in the
district.
residential area.
Yeah,
Or
so,
commercial.
so they wouldn't be able
Who
to.
does that?
Yeah, no, so.
Yeah, alright, thank you. So, close public hearing, since there's nobody here to talk. Do you guys have any more discussion?
Why are we eliminating the 5 dogs? Why is that?
Well, I can tell you right now, there's people with more than 5 dogs, and we're not making them get a
I
kennel.
was gonna say like the hound.
Special
Yeah.
exception.
They're hunting people. Got a bunch of dogs in there. Don't wanna be a kennel. I can hear my brother-in-law now.
Okay.
If you guys don't have any discussion, somebody wanna make a recommendation for the board?
I recommend that the provisions be approved as written for the kennel.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Alrighty, Kevin,
Yep.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Dave,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Gus,
Yep.
Mike.
Alright. Alright, so it goes on the board for, what, first reading, second?
Second reading and
Second.
approval. Yep.
Alright. Item 9, public comment. Anybody have any public comment? Maybe not. Any other business you guys have? Greatly appreciate everybody showing up tonight. Thank you.
As of right now, I don't believe we'll have a meeting next month. I don't have anything unless Cross, he hasn't even really followed up with me, so I'm guessing that's just out in limbo. So right now, nothing.
Alright, so stay tuned to your email, so if we don't have one in August, it might be September.
Yeah, and I'll shoot after we hit the deadline. I'll let you guys all know for sure.
Any word on the pickleball guy? Is he ever planning on
Goes quick at him.
doing anything over here?
I don't know at this time.
Okay. I didn't know if he was liking his building or where he's at.
There's been some other issues that have,
Is he talking about?
some other,
Pickleball, putting it across the street.
Oh, yeah, that's been a
Yeah.
while too, right?
Oh, okay.
Ran out of money maybe or something.
Alright, so you wanna make a motion for adjournment?
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second. Alright, everybody in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Thank you very much. Josh, you ever get into that bean thing where you're planting beans for the canner?
Nope, I never have got a contract.
yes, I did, yes, and you got,
There's quite a few guys
you
that
got
do
nice
around here, but they
response.
like.
Yep, so I mentioned today, you probably weren't.
It's hard to get into,
Well,
we
go
got
ahead
a
and
big
follow
time.
the agenda for next week.
Yeah, I already got, yeah, I already got it, I was gonna do screw up twice.
Yeah, I talked to Will today, he's like, finish up these beans.
It's taking forever, but.
I was just texting
This
Jeremy
rain
because I
has been
helped him put
just-
together a resolution
Yes.
that's mentioned.
I'm not gonna complain
Yes,
about the
it
rain,
is.
but.
Yep,
I say, at least
yeah,
you're not
it was
getting that
good.
shortage of water.
I thought it was
Oh.
very
Is
good,
that the
I,
Pilgrim field across from you?
and
Beans,
I loved your,
160, yeah, and then another 50 over
Such an eye roll.
on 200, 150.
Okay.
Yeah, they're done.
I wonder how they do
Did
that
you
with
mention
their planning
that I'm
dates.
not
Do they
here
have
next week?
dates that they want it all planned?
I don't
and
know if
harvested?
They do because it's
Because I
a
think
what,
I didn't-
it's
did I mention you? I'm not here?
110
That's what I
day.
recall.
They have it like that.
I told her,
And-
so sorry.
We
When
had
do
to
you
have them
leave?
done by
Frank-
today.
Tomorrow.
Where are you going?
tomorrow, so Frank left, yes,
They
today.
buy-
Like how many
Past
days do they
500
give you?
last
Like, do they give you a little window?
Well,
Be gone
they
for a
let
week.
us
A little over a
know
week.
the
You
week
don't have any tape in your
before,
car, do you?
Tape?
like the weekend before,
No, I mean.
4th of
I called
July.
Andrew, or not Andrew,
But they,
Nicole
only because
yesterday.
they bypassed 500
Yeah,
acres out of
or
Barron
some
because
tape
it was
and
so
stuff.
wet
Maybe she
over
might throw
there,
it
so
in your
then
truck.
they hurried us up.
Maybe.
And
What is- what
so
just-
us
fire
and
line
Hanlos
tape,
and
don't
Westers
cross, you
all.
know.
Oh,
The same
no,
kind of
I
time.
could grab that today too.
Yeah.
They don't think of that anymore.
Yeah.
since
What
I sold
a-
the business
what
to
a-
Andrea.
Oh, I didn't
What
know
a
you sold
nightmare
that.
to try
Yeah, back
to,
in February.
So
Oh,
Will-
schedule all
did Will
that?
plant them
Yeah,
all?
so.
oh yeah,
they-
we got them done.
Do you still have your
Just
own?
today.
Snappy
I do,
guys
and I
have
help them out all the time, you know, whatever they need.
Oh, no.
Shinar or any of those
No.
guys.
Yeah,
that
no,
come
I
in
didn't
and
know that.
Stuff them in and be done with it.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
no.
I thought
We-
that
we
was,
planted 'em.
didn't
Oh,
that, I
yeah,
mean, I
also
knew you were,
planted them.
Yeah.
but wasn't your dad or your brother or somebody else or no?
Yeah, I bought it from my dad like
Okay, so
almost 10
that,
years ago.
oh, okay, I thought you bought, okay. So he always had it, and then it went to you, it wasn't you guys together, and he kind of ran it, okay.
No, I did not
that's
be in
where I
business
get-
with my dad.
That's what your other brother said too, wasn't it?
I love my family, and I love my
And you wanna
dad.
keep loving him, right?
Being in business together would not go well.
What's your other brother up to?
They didn't want to.
Oh,
That is
being
Scott Hasselhoff.
lazy and
Oh, really? He's not working?
Tried to restock and.
Is he looking-
theoretically, yeah, pours concrete for people, but
Oh,
another year.
His dad, the
Not-
smell
he
guy.
and his ex went through a divorce because of substance abuse issues like a year ago or 2 years ago.
him or her?
It's been a whole disaster, and he hasn't
Oh, hang on.
quite gotten back on,
Also part of the Hanson clan.
gotten back to being normal